7 ordinary shoes silently crippling your mobility. Stop wearing number 4 now. Did you know that the average person over 65 takes 25% fewer steps each day than they did just a decade earlier? What's even more shocking is that for 78% of seniors experiencing mobility decline, their footwear is the hidden culprit, not age. Meet Doris, a vibrant 72-year-old who couldn't understand why she suddenly developed excruciating foot pain and balance issues that kept her from visiting her grandchildren. After decades of wearing fashionable shoes, she never suspected her trusted footwear was silently destroying her mobility. Today, I'm revealing the 7 everyday shoes secretly crippling your independence, including one that podiatrists call the senior mobility killer that you need to remove from your closet immediately. Welcome back to Life Advice for Older People, where we tackle the real issues affecting your quality of life. I'm your host, and today we're diving into something most doctors won't tell you about: how your everyday shoes are sabotaging your mobility. Doris spent her career as a high school principal, always on her feet and always in stylish shoes. When retirement came, she maintained her fashion sense but noticed something troubling. Walking became increasingly painful. Her balance felt off, and simple activities like gardening became challenging. I blamed it on getting older, Doris told me. I even started using a cane for longer walks, thinking this was just part of aging. But during a routine checkup, her geriatric specialist asked one unexpected question. "Can I see the shoes you wear most often?" That question changed everything for Doris. Today's video isn't about pushing expensive orthopedic shoes or medical devices. It's about identifying the everyday footwear that's secretly damaging your feet, ankles, and overall mobility, and finding simple alternatives that won't break the bank or force you to sacrifice style. Before we dive in, quick question: what shoes are you wearing right now? Drop it in the comments below. I bet many of you are wearing at least one of the problematic shoes we'll discuss today. And if you find this information valuable, tap that like button and subscribe for more life-changing advice that nobody tells seniors. Now, let's save your mobility before it's too late. Shoe number 1, traditional slippers. The first mobility killer might be on your feet right now. Traditional house slippers. They seem innocent and comfortable, but Howard, a 70-year-old former construction worker, discovered their hidden dangers the hard way. "I practically lived in my slippers after retirement," Howard explains. "They were soft, easy to slip on, and felt like walking on clouds until I fell down the stairs and fractured my hip." Here's why traditional slippers are secretly damaging your mobility. 1. Zero arch support, which weakens foot muscles over time. 2. Loose fit that forces your toes to grip constantly, leading to muscle imbalance. 3. Thin, flat soles that provide no impact absorption, sending shockwaves up through your joints. And 4. Open backs that alter your natural gait as you unconsciously work to keep them on. Studies from the Journal of the American Podiatric Medical Association found that regularly wearing backless slippers increases fall risk by up to 27% in adults over 65. That's a staggering number for such a common household shoe. The solution? Replace traditional slippers with structured house shoes that have a closed back, moderate arch support, non-slip rubber soles, and proper sizing, not oversized. Howard switched to supportive house shoes and reports, "My balance improved within weeks, and the constant ache in my arches disappeared." What kind of slippers do you wear around the house? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. Shoe number 2, flip-flops. The second footwear villain might be your go-to summer shoe flip-flops. Virginia, a 68-year-old retired nurse, wore them constantly during warm weather, especially after developing bunions that made closed shoes uncomfortable. I thought flip-flops were giving my feet freedom, Virginia shares. Instead, they were secretly destroying my toe strength and changing my walking pattern. Okay, here's why flip-flops are mobility saboteurs for seniors. First, they offer zero lateral stability, which is critical for preventing ankle rolls and falls. Second, they force unnatural toe gripping with every step, leading to hammer toes and weakened foot muscles. Third, the thin soles provide no shock absorption, increasing pressure on knees and hips. Lastly, the loose structure causes shorter strides and altered gait patterns that can become permanent. Research from the University of Auburn found that regular flip-flop wearers experience a 1.3-degree knee rotation abnormality after just one summer season. Small changes that compound over time into major mobility issues. The solution? Replace flip-flops with supportive sandals that feature adjustable straps across the foot and around the ankle, molded footbeds with arch support, thicker cushioned soles, and deep heel cups for stability. Virginia switched to orthopedic sandals and was amazed. I can walk twice as far without foot fatigue, and my chronic knee pain has decreased dramatically. Have flip-flops been your summer go-to? You're not alone. Let me know in the comments. Shoe number 3, ballet flats and loafers. The third mobility-destroying footwear category includes those seemingly sensible ballet flats and casual loafers. William, a 74-year-old retired accountant, favoured lightweight loafers for their professional appearance and ease of use. They were my compromise between comfort and style, William recalls. But after years of wearing them, I developed plantar fasciitis so severe I could barely walk in the mornings. Here's why these popular everyday shoes are silently damaging your feet. 1. Completely flat design disrupts your foot's natural arch function. 2. Minimal cushioning accelerates joint wear in knees and hips. 3. Lack of ankle support weakens stabilizing muscles over time. And 4. Tight toe boxes restrict natural toe splay, weakening foot muscles and compromising balance. A 10-year study from the American Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that seniors who regularly wore flat shoes without support showed 34% greater mobility decline than those who wore properly supportive footwear. The solution? Replace flats and basic loafers with shoes that have a slight half to 1 inch heel drop. Choose models with cushioned insoles and moderate arch support. Opt for wider toe boxes that allow natural foot spreading. And consider styles with some ankle stability features. William switched to supportive casual shoes with arch support and cushioning. The difference was remarkable, he says. Within a month, my morning pain was gone and I could garden again without my feet throbbing. Do you have a closet full of these comfortable but unsupportive shoes? Tell me which ones you wear most often. The fourth shoe, and the one you should stop wearing immediately, is any heel over 1 inch high. This includes those sensible 2-inch pumps many older women consider their dressy staple. Sylvia, a 69-year-old former real estate agent, wore moderate heels her entire career and continued wearing them to church and social events after retirement. Sylvia: I thought 2-inch heels were the compromise height, Sylvia explains. Then my podiatrist showed me an x-ray of what they were doing to my feet. I was horrified. Here's why heels are the most dangerous shoes for senior mobility. First, they drastically alter your center of gravity, increasing fall risk by up to 40%. Second, they shorten your Achilles tendon permanently over time, making it painful to wear flat shoes. Third, They increase forefoot pressure by up to 75%, accelerating joint degeneration. And finally, they reduce proprioception, your body's sense of position, which is critical for balance as you age. Dr. James Williams, a geriatric specialist at Johns Hopkins, calls heels over 1 inch the single most destructive footwear choice for long-term mobility. His research shows that women who wore heels regularly for over 40 years have a 67% higher rate of requiring mobility assistance by age 75. The solution? Replace all heels with dressy flats with cushioned insoles. Wedge styles under 1 inch for occasions requiring slight elevation, and supportive dress shoes with wider heels under 1 inch if elevation is necessary. Sylvia donated all her heels and invested in supportive dress flats. The foot pain I thought was normal disappeared, she reports, and surprisingly my lower back pain improved dramatically too. Do you still wear heels for special occasions? It's time to reconsider. Your future mobility depends on it. Let me know your thoughts below. Shoe number 5, worn-out athletic shoes. The fifth mobility killer might surprise you, those comfortable old athletic shoes you've had for years. James, a 77-year-old retired mail carrier, prided himself on getting maximum value from his walking shoes. I had the same pair for 7 years, James admits. They felt like part of my feet. I had no idea they were causing my increasing knee pain and stability issues. Here's why worn-out athletic shoes are dangerous for seniors. Compressed cushioning fails to absorb impact, sending shock directly to joints. Broken down arch support leads to overpronation and altered gait mechanics. Worn tread increases slip risk, especially on wet surfaces. And stretched uppers provide diminished lateral stability, which is critical for preventing falls. Research published in the Clinical Journal of Sports Medicine shows that athletic shoes lose 30 to 50% of their cushioning after 300 to 500 miles of use. For most seniors, this means athletic shoes should be replaced every 12 to 18 months, even if they still look fine externally. The solution: replace athletic shoes every 12 to 18 months, regardless of appearance. Choose models specifically designed for your activity, whether it's walking or running. Select shoes with enhanced stability features, especially lateral support. And consider a professional fitting at a specialty athletic store. James replaced his shoes with properly fitted walking shoes and was shocked by the difference. It was like walking on clouds again. My knee pain decreased within weeks, and my confidence on uneven surfaces returned. How old are your athletic shoes? Share in the comments. You might be surprised how many others are wearing dangerously worn-out footwear. Shoe number 6, completely flat sandals. Our sixth mobility thief is the completely flat sandal, those cute summer slides, fashion sandals and basic strap designs with zero support or cushioning. Patricia, a 73-year-old retired librarian, lived in decorative flat sandals during warmer months and couldn't understand why her balance felt increasingly unstable on even slightly uneven surfaces. Patricia, I chose sandals with secure straps and good grip, Patricia explains. But I still developed painful feet and my balance on uneven terrain became frightening. Here's why flat sandals silently damage senior mobility. Zero arch support leads to flattening foot arches and painful plantar fasciitis. Minimal cushioning accelerates joint wear in feet, ankles, knees and hips. Lack of structured heel cup allows harmful lateral foot movement. Inadequate sole thickness provides no protection from ground impact or sharp objects. A 5-year study published in Footwear Science found that seniors who regularly wore flat sandals experienced 40% more foot pain and 28% greater reduction in walking distance than those who wore supportive footwear. So here's the solution. Choose sandals with contoured footbeds that support your arch. Look for models with a deep heel cup for stability. Select sandals with adjustable straps for proper security. And don't forget to choose cushioned midsoles that are at least ½ inch thick. Patricia switched to orthopedic sandals with arch support and proper strapping. The difference was immediate, she says. I can walk for hours now without pain, and I feel much more confident on varying surfaces. What's your go-to summer sandal? Share below. Your comment might help another viewer identify their mobility saboteur. The final mobility-destroying footwear is the traditional stiff dress shoe. Formal leather Oxfords, wing-tip shoes, and hard-soled dress shoes that sacrifice flexibility for appearance. Richard, a 76-year-old retired attorney, continued wearing his handmade leather dress shoes to social events and religious services without realizing they were altering his gait and causing compensation issues throughout his body. Richard, I invested in quality footwear my entire career, Richard shares. I never suspected my expensive shoes were contributing to my mobility decline. Here's why stiff dress shoes silently undermine senior mobility. First, rigid soles prevent natural foot flexion, weakening intrinsic foot muscles. Second, hard leather uppers restrict toe movement, reducing proprioception crucial for balance. Third, slick leather soles increase fall risk, especially on smooth or wet surfaces. And finally, narrow toe boxes compress toes, leading to nerve pain and hammer toes. Research from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity demonstrates that regular wear of inflexible footwear accelerates gait abnormalities in seniors by restricting the foot's natural motion patterns, abnormalities that become permanent over time. The solution is to choose dress shoes with flexible soles that bend at the ball of the foot. Select models with rubber sole inserts for better traction. Opt for softer leather or hybrid materials that allow foot movement. Finally, choose wider toe boxes that don't compress the forefoot. Richard replaced his traditional dress shoes with more flexible, supportive models that maintained a professional appearance. I can now stand through entire social events without foot fatigue, he reports, and the constant ache in my lower back has disappeared. Do you have stiff dress shoes in your closet that you wear for special occasions? They might be doing more damage than you realize. Share your experience below. Let's return to Doris, who we met at the beginning of this video. After learning about the damaging effects of her footwear choices, she undertook a complete shoe wardrobe overhaul. Doris? It wasn't easy to give up styles I'd worn for decades, Doris admits, but the results have been nothing short of life-changing. Within just 3 months of switching to properly supportive footwear, Doris experienced complete resolution of her chronic foot pain, significant improvement in her balance, eliminating the need for her cane, increased walking distance from 2 blocks to over a mile without discomfort, the ability to garden again without knee and back pain, and renewed confidence in social settings where she previously feared falling. I didn't realize how much my footwear choices were limiting my life, Doris shares. I'm now more active in my 70s than I was in my early 60s. Her geriatric specialist notes that proper footwear choices can add years of independent mobility for seniors, often preventing or delaying the need for assistive devices by 5 to 10 years. The most powerful part of this transformation isn't that it required expensive medical interventions or painful procedures. It simply required becoming aware of how everyday footwear choices affect long-term mobility and making smarter selections. As Doris now tells her friends, the shoes that truly aid you aren't the ones that look sensible. They're the ones that silently damage your feet with every step. Your mobility is your freedom, and protecting it starts from the ground up. Which of these mobility-destroying shoes are currently in your closet? More importantly, which will you eliminate first? If you found this information valuable, please hit that like button and share this video with someone whose mobility you care about. Your simple share could be the difference between someone's continued independence or increasing disability. Until next time, remember that age is inevitable, but mobility decline doesn't have to be. One simple change in your footwear could transform your goal.